Well, I got the Cherokee Chief down here because it was too loud for my neighborhood, so I brought it out here so I can try to fix the exhaust and get it running a little bit more reliably. She runs pretty good, but it's like kind of like a Mopar, kind of runs cold. I think it takes a lot to get it warmed up. So it's been sitting here idling for about 20 minutes, so let's see if it'll go. Had a hard time getting it off the trailer because it was so cold. Was actually thinking I could just drive it off without the ramps with these 33-inch tires on it, but I don't know. She's idling though. Let's go for a little cruise around the block. Got my buddy in here with me. She gets so nervous that I'm gonna leave her. So I'm bringing her. Hey girl, you ready for go for a ride in Old Blue? Let's see. Oh, you know what? I put wipers on it. Let's see if the I don't even remember how to use the wipers in here. Oh, here. Oh yeah, there they go. Look at them go. Woohoo! Go wipers, go! Wipers, no wiping. Oh yeah. Look at that. Clear vision. Well, I don't know if they have AAA out here, but I think worst case, I'll be within 2 miles of the place, so this is so great. I'm so happy to be doing this right now. I don't know why, but it'd be cool if I had heat in here. It's like 37 degrees out today. It's been raining all night. I don't know if my 4-wheel drive works, but hopefully I won't need it. I know these roads get bad when it rains. We'll go this way. Oh yeah. I think she likes the lower altitude too. She's never been out of Colorado to my knowledge. Maybe on a road trip, but it's always lived in Colorado. I think we're still at like 3,500 plus feet here. I forget what the elevation is, maybe 3,800 feet. I think she likes the oxygen. Oh, she's running good out here. I wish it wasn't so cold. Thing about driving out here, you gotta expect someone's coming over the hill at you. I can see my breath, that's good. It's a cold day. Roads are pretty muddy. Good thing I got my mud terrains on. Good thing my hands are frozen. I wonder if I'll see any of the neighbors out. They actually work out here. I'm working out here too, but I'm taking my mid-morning break. And then I'll work for a little bit, and then it'll be lunchtime. So, just kidding. I had a rough morning with work, and it's not over yet. But we'll get through it. It's Friday. We got a 3-day weekend coming up with Columbus Days on Monday, which I get off, which is cool. A lot of people don't. But I'll probably work on Monday anyways, even though it's a holiday, but at least it's a holiday. And I'm flying to LA on Tuesday, so hopefully do a little hiking, get some summits out there, make the best of everyone's favorite city. Funny, I tell people I'm going to LA and they're like, oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm like, well, not too bad. must be something good about it. All those people live there. I'd like it. Maybe I'll go for a swim in the ocean. Probably not. Probably hike in the hills. Ooh, what was that? Staying in Burbank, I'll probably do some hiking out of, forget what those peaks are called there, or the mountain range there. San Bernardino? No, I don't remember. I like those. There's some mountains between whatever LA and Ventura, that's Santa Barbara range or something. I think I'd remember that. It'd be fun to go over there and hike a couple. I'd like to find some with trails so I don't have to bushwhack or trespass. That'd be awesome. Appreciate that I have this truck. I was kind of blown away that I found it. I've always wanted to have a Cherokee Chief with this grill, and I got one in really good shape. In my opinion, it's in really good shape, and just need to clean her up a little bit, get it running a little better, and she's running good today though. Kind of want to floor it, but I'm afraid I'll get sideways. Oh, and since I've got the GoPro on one hand and one hand on the wheel, I don't really want to get sideways right now. Got to test the four-wheel drive out. This would be a good place to do it. Maybe later today we'll do another. Maybe we'll take this for the sunset drive tonight. I don't know. Maybe I'll stay through. I've got to call my son. He's bought an apartment and having a housewarming party. I'm not sure if he would feel bad if I wasn't there or not. So I wish he was here. So much nicer driving out here than around my neighborhood. I don't think anyone's been down the road this morning. Usually 2 people drive by every morning, but I don't know. There's my tracks. Always good getting freshies. Oh yeah, back home. So that was a 4-mile loop, and I only used 2 gallons. That's pretty good. 2 gallons of super red lettuce. That little drive cost me, what, $10? That's not bad. It's worth it, I think. God, I want to go again. I love driving this thing. Yep. What'd you think, girl? Exciting, huh? Yeah. She's got her little seat back there. All right, that's it for now. Bye-bye. It's a very nice, warm, wintry day here at Jeep Fest 2022. You got Cherokees everywhere. This one's going home. Swap the wheels out on them. These wheels are not going to work on this Jeep without the offset wheels. I think it looks pretty clean like that. I'm going to put this little guy up on blocks. Those BFG KO2s are really good in the snow. The Wranglers I have found they are not. But maybe with the wider, now that it sits a little wider, it'll be better. Anyways, we'll find out. The original Cherokee. It's the one that kind of, I guess the red Jeep really started this whole chain of events of me getting all these vehicles and kind of going back to doing what I like to do, which is getting old cars running and driving them around. And maybe that'll be a story if I do a video on the red Cherokee someday, which is constantly getting worked on, but it's like ball joints and stuff, which there's millions of videos on. So I don't know if I'll do anything on it, but the story is with this guy, I was looking for, actually I ended up getting the black Jeep, but I was looking for another Cherokee, and this came up, and I had to buy it because I always wanted a Cherokee Chief, and I didn't know what year I wanted, but I wanted this grill. This is a 75 Cherokee Chief, and it's got the Levi's interior, which at first I did not like. It's a little beat up, but it's supposed to look like denim, and it's got little Levi buttons on it. This guy, I went to buy it, and I called and said, is it still available? She said, well, there's a guy coming to look at it, but if it's still available, I'll let you know. And it was. I went and looked at it, and I asked why the guy didn't buy it, and it was because it had some rust on it. These fender flares are, I think, hard to replace. It's got some rust here too. But overall, the body is perfect. I think I actually put this dent in it, so it's in really good shape. The chrome is in really good shape. The bumper is immaculate. There's a couple little dings here and there, but overall it's in awesome shape. I really want to take that push bar off. I don't like it. And I don't like the big tires unless I lift it, which I do have a 4-inch lift for it. I'm debating whether I go back to the regular diameter tire, or if I lift it. If I lift it and keep the 33s, I'm going to have to put smaller gears in the rear end. Whatever, smaller, taller, I don't know, 411. It's really struggling to spin these tires. When I got it, the tailgate didn't work. I've got some video of that, but I'll do a little video on that. I'll add it to this video, and if I can always cut it out, right? So I was amazed because I got in here one day, this was last winter. I don't know what I did, but I kind of messed around with it, and this guy actually acted like it was going to work. I haven't completed it yet because it is one of the most difficult things to work on. And these are huge spring-loaded gears that you have to hold down, and they just want to release, and those push the window back up. I pulled the motor out, and it seemed like it was working. Actually, it worked. I cleaned the glass. What did I order? Oh, I got new side tracks because they were shot. So these are new tracks on the side. This is all new. I still need to put this one in. This stuff all came from oh, I forget the name of the website. It's like a Jeep Wagoneer Cherokee website. There's some pieces and parts of the lift kit. I was able to not break the glass, but there's some little retaining clips that have to go in to keep this linkage on the track. They got all new track and everything too with that kit. I tried to document that a little. I'll try to find that video when I post all this and do the Cherokee Chief episode 1 or episode 2. I can put this back on, and this is new all the way around the top. So that was a huge improvement, and it allowed me to get stuff out of the back. It's pretty rare that the back glass works on them. I contemplated going manual, which I might do because I like the idea of just being able to open the back up when needed. There's rust there because dirt falls down into the tailgate and packs in there, and so I cleaned all that out from inside, so that's good. Look how perfect the rear bumper is though. The other major issue it had was the fuel filler, which I bought a new one and replaced it. The guy had a radiator hose in there that was kinked, and so you couldn't put gas in it because it would just come back out at you. So you had to fill a gas can and use a gas can to fill it. Totally, I don't know, it's kind of silly. The other thing that I cannot figure out, or have not tried to figure out, is it's got this huge homemade gas tank on it, or it might just be a skid plate. I'm assuming it's a skid plate over a gas tank, so I don't know what's under there. I got to figure that out. Hey girl, this is Luna Buna. You can see they put new exhaust on with glass packs, which I like, but it's just a little bit too loud for me. I like the clean sound of turbo mufflers coming out the back, and I think that's what I'm going to do. That's why I brought it out here, actually, because I want to learn how to weld exhaust pipe and bend exhaust pipe. And the only thing that's really new or totally repaired on the truck I want to cut out and redo. It's actually been a fairly reliable vehicle. I was pretty happy one day I decided to try out the windshield wipers, and there was no blade on this side, and it just put a, which is weird, you can't see it anymore, but it put a scratch all the way on the windshield. So I definitely have made it worse since I got it, but I've also made it better. It's got an AMC 401, and I want to try to get some power out of it, kind of like the late 60s, early 70s AMC AMXs had the 390. I think this is the same block. I'm gonna figure out how to make this thing flow and get some good horsepower out of it. But right now it runs. The carburetor needs to be rebuilt. It's got a distributor from who knows where. I ended up, when I was doing the tailgate, I left the ignition on and I burned up the coil, so I put new points, cap, rotor. Ended up going back to the original coil, even though I bought 3 or 4 new ones. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. The points, I would go to get points for a 75 401, and the points were not right. So the distributor's from a different vehicle. I had to replace the fuel pump, which was weird. It just randomly went out and was not getting any fuel all of a sudden. Replaced that, it started working again. I have replaced the master cylinder. And because when I bought the truck, I guess that's part of the story, is when I bought the truck, the guy said, "Where's your trailer?" I said, "Oh, I thought it was drivable." And he's like, "No, it needs to be towed. It doesn't have any brakes." And the other guy was like, "Well, it has brakes. You just gotta pump them up." And I had about a 2-hour drive home, kind of on back roads. And I said, "Well, I'm okay with that." So I had to go to the gas station, try to get gas in it. They let me have a gas can because that was the only way to get gas in it. I didn't have a can. There was no place to buy one in this little town in Colorado. And I got it home. Really didn't need to stop too much, but when I did, I just started pumping them, and it would stop. I've put new brake cylinders in the back, and I've bled the brakes at least 3 times, and the brakes work, but they're not great. So I do want to go, and I'm thinking I'll just do all new brake lines and everything on it at some point, but it works for now. So let's start it up, and we'll kind of wrap up the initial tour on this. See, I left the ignition on again. I don't know why I do that. I guess those buzzers are good. So it's been running. This is not a cold start. It will start right up when it's warm. Didn't start as good as I was expecting it to, but so this started falling down. I think I want to keep the insulation on there that protects the hood, but I don't know. I would love to just tear it out, but I'm going to leave it on there for now. I got to rebuild the carburetor. I've got directions on that. I don't love it. It's a motorcraft carburetor. It's got AC. I don't know if that works. I am missing a belt. Took it off. I need to get that replaced. Right now it's leaking water, I think, from the water pump. So that's kind of why I've got it staged up here. So I can, I want to fix the water pump on it and get it kind of back on the road, semi-reliable, because I love driving it around on the dirt roads out here. So that's her. That's the 75 Cherokee Chief. Isn't she beautiful? I really like this truck. There's no traffic. Clear, clear, spot to sit, have a beer, watch the sunset, let the dog out. At this altitude when it's warm, but I really think the carburetor needs to be rebuilt. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's cool. This could be a good cross bike ride. Thought I saw a car up there, so I'll try to stay on my side of the road. Belt or vacuum leak, you can hear that noise. God, this truck is it's so cool. In my opinion, it's so cool. And when I got it, I didn't care what was in it. That guy was like, holy crap, that was a 75 Cherokee Chief. Maybe not. If you asked me where I wanted to be, I'd probably say, and I told Molly this, I'm like, my dream was always to retire in Northern California, in a foggy little surf town. I'd go out in the water and just be on my board. I don't even know how to surf. I just float and just coffee on the front porch with the fog. I love fog. Maybe that's I don't know why I like it. Oh, this is a good spot. This is a good spot. Look at this, man. Come on. Second, like I freaking love our cabin, Molly's cabin. Mama. In Westcliff. Come on, girl. That's my girl. Oh my God, it smells good up here. Mountains are probably better place to be for me than the ocean. I don't know. I get tired of the ocean. It's the same thing. Mountains are always different. Love the alpine lakes. But the smell here is so unbelievable. I hope everyone sees the appeal to this and come on out and hang out with me. And most people don't get it. But we're gonna go to the mountains and we're gonna go to the ocean, and this is where we find our solitude. And I like old trucks and old whatever. I don't like new cars, I'm sorry. This thing has an AM radio, which is probably a big deal at the time, and it's got an awesome, but it does have an awesome cup holder. But listen to that, like German car right there. I do like getting my high points out here. I wonder if that's one. I don't know. Am I an introvert? Maybe. I sure like being out here, but I like being around people too, so. Cheers to you wherever you are, wherever you find your solitude. This is where I am right now. Love you guys. See ya.